Om Shri Ganapatiye Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sagana Bhavatu Sagana Bhunaktu Sagabhiryam Karavavahai Tejasvina Vadidavastu Vidvijavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tasyate. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaivasvataya Murtave Brahma Vidyacharya Nachiketase Cha. Namaskaram. In the last class, we completed the Pradama Valli of Dvidiya Adhyaya. The second Adhyaya, the first Valli, first section we completed. In the last mantra, if you recall, it said, Yadotagam Shuddhe Shuddha Asiktam Tatrugeva Bhavati Yevam Munir Vijanat Atma Bhavati Gautam. So that actually summarizes the whole section's import. What does it said? Yata Udakam Shuddhe Shuddham Ashiktam. When you are taking the pure water, Suddhodakam, and then you put in the pure water, there is no difference. Eva Vijanataha Muneha Atma Bhavati Gautama. So similarly, Vijanata, this is very important word. Vijanata means one has got the Vijnanam. Atmalaya Vidya, Vijnanam, Jnanam. So one who had the Jnanam, what does he achieve? He achieves Atma, Chittavastu, O Gautama. The very seamlessly simple words conceal an important import, which is to attain the mukti. What is mukti? Remember? Mukti is not dying and going somewhere else. Mukti is abhayam, freedom from all culmination, all janma samsara bandhanat. To do that, the metaphor, the example he given was Shuddha Udakam. So the Shuddham, Udaka means water. Water represents the mind. So you need pure mind, then you need the Jnanam. This combination needed to attain liberation. You become one with the Parabrahman, which is Shuddha Brahma. Now this, if we contemplate on this sentence, then we know it is not Vedanta Jnanam, Shravanam is separate step, Upasana separate step, Yoga separate step. It's not like that. Because the Adhigaratvam comes from Shuddhodakam, Shuddha Manas, Chitta Shuddhi. For that, we have to do all that is necessary to purify the mind. But the purification of mind alone is not enough. Because a purified mind is like a blemishless mirror. It's of no use. That mirror should show the image of your true nature. Then only the bimbam, pradipambam becomes one. You understand? Otherwise, it's like a moon, casting the beautiful light on a desert. What's the point of that? But then people misunderstand, I'm a pure guy, I do social service, I am harmless. I don't need any Vedanta Jnana. No, fine. You can be harmless, good person, but it's of no use to yourself, to anybody else. You need to have Atma-Jnana. So that is the, if you grasp that, then we will understand the important question that comes to our mind when we took the next valley. The next valley, uh, next two valleys, I would say, Valli 2 and Valli 3, we're going to see the same thing repeated again. You know, even Bhagavad Gita, if you carefully read it, the Gita finished in the chapter 2, verse 25. Atma-Jnanam is given. But then he repeats it so many times in so many ways. You know, how can it be? The repetition is a flaw in the Shastra Lakshana. It's called a Punarukti dosha. If you repeat it, anything, if you do more than once unnecessary, it becomes a waste. It actually disqualifies the status of Nitikasa, Shastra, Kavya. But in the Atma Jnanam, it is different. Why? Because this is the most subtlest of knowledge, not to be learned, but to be realized. See, this is very difficult to understand because there is nothing to understand. There's nothing to understand. What does knowledge do? Knowledge is to know. But here, it means you don't understand the knowledge, but you become that knowledge. How can I become the knowledge? Knowledge looks insentient. You become the knowledge, the knower, and the knowing. That means there is nothing to know because the knower, knowledge, and the act of knowing becomes one. Even the definition is difficult to understand, right? That's the reason we have to keep on repeating this Shravanam. So, what does the Shravanam do then? If the Atma cannot be taught, then what is Vedanta teaches? It teaches in a way that this is not Atma. Na iti na iti. Not this, not this, not this. What is the point of that? The point is, if you take, for example, a bowl of rice with a stone, and if you want to remove the stone, you can either remove the rice or remove the stone. One, the other will give you the other one. The Visesham. Sesham means the resultant, the residue. The Visesham means a glorified residue will be what you're looking for. So because I cannot know Atma, again, don't think Atma means something sitting somewhere in the heaven or no. Whenever we say Atma, it is I, it is you. The all-knowing you is not known to you. Because the moment you want to define yourself to somebody else, you borrow things. You don't know. You say, "Oh, I am no." So my name is so and so. I'm Krishna. Oh, you don't. Mr. Ram Prasad. I'm his son. So you need a reference point. How sad situation it is. You are Swatantra. You must be able to define yourself. But you cannot define because it's indefinable. But can you therefore deny? If you cannot define, it doesn't exist, right? In science, it is like this. If you can't define it, it doesn't exist. Everything has to be definable, measurable, parameterized. But that is the lachinam of an object of knowledge. So if you contemplate, I cannot define myself, but I cannot deny myself. If you can't deny yourself, that means you exist. You can't define yourself means you are incomprehensible. So the question, who am I, have to be answered by realizing. See, because lack of vocabulary, we just borrow these words. Realization. What does realization means? Is it reflecting the known knowledge back to knowledge? Don't know. But it means the only way to prove is your anubhava. If I ask you, Lakshmi ji, are you there? Yes. But do you have to put the lights on to see? Yes, I am here. Or Lakshmi ji, is the book there? Oh, let me just check. You put the lights on, the book is there. But you don't need any pramanam. Because you exist such a rupam. That is why to achieve, to reach that space, what the Vedas does is, in everything other than that, it is not you. Ne iti. So it is quite easy to negate what is not you. You obviously say, look, this computer is not me. Even my husband is not me. My mother is not me because we love each other, but we are different. So it is quite easy to disown things which are not you externally. And then when you come to the body, hmm, this is me. Because we've been trained to know, like telling this shirt is me. I wear the shirt. The shirt is not me. But because the body is so close to us and we think the body is us. So we say, the body is not you. Oh, the body is not me. Then is the mind or the senses? Oh, that is not you because the mind goes to sleep, but you still exist. Then who am I? So this is that you see, no matter how many times you study, when you ask this question, you come to the point of no return with an answer written down in a notes and you can study it. But it gives you an answer to say, sit down, contemplate, nididhyasana, think through it, and please keep negating what is not you. So when I sit there and do upasana, my legs are paining, but my legs are like my shirt. So I can watch my shirt, I can watch my body. My body is paining. I watch the pain. Surprisingly, when you watch the pain goes away, or at least bearable. See, we cry headache because you can't bear it. But if you develop an approach to watch the pain, you'll be still painful, it will still hurt you. But you are able to be in a position of elevated seat to see this pain as something which is not to you, but the embodiment that you have. Same way, when you get anger, you get anger, you say, you throw things away, you shout, the words come, body trembles, sweat, palpitation goes up. All that because there is nobody to monitor that you are angry, but you are very much there to monitor it. Because the anger is not you. The angry person is not you. The angry person is the angered mind which takes its own shape. In Sanskritam, there's a word called bhadi, anubhadi. Bhadi means light. Anubhadi is the light That happens after the first light comes in. Like sun is bhati, Chandra is anubhati, like that. So, but sun is a bhati, but my eyes is a bhati, moon is Surya is anubhati. Because if I don't see, sun doesn't exist for me. So what shows sun to me is my eyes. So my eyes are the bhati, anubhati is the sun. But my mind is the bhati, my seeing sense is anubhati. So there is something inside. My consciousness is the bhati, my mind is the anubhati. You see? So why I give the introduction? Because when you start the next Valli, you go back to the same grind of saying what I am not and what I am. And it's not a Punarukta dosham, it is not a repetitive mistake. It is how all the Vedanta texts, all the great texts are, because it is trying to give you the sense of uh, understanding, I'd say, sense of realization that, well, okay, if I take the example, this, this. So it allows you to negate things. Okay. Now with that intro, let's go to the second Valli. So this one is interesting one. So Puramekadashattvara Ajasya Vakra Chedasa Anushthayana Soshati Vimuktasta Vamichyate Etat Vaitat. The repetition has come again. Etat Vaitat. What does Etat Vaitat means? We saw in all the mantras in the first Valli. Oh Nachiketa, this is that Atma. So he is pointing out the Atma. What is Atma? Not God, not sitting somewhere else. Atma is God, finally you know it. Atma is you. So it is it's strange, isn't it? So the questioner is being pointed out who he really is by the phrase Atma. Okay. What is his Atma? Puram ekatash dasha dvara. Dvaram ajasya ajasya avakra chedasaka. So ajasya, the root ja gives you srishti. Ajasya means ajaha, who is not born. That which does not have birth or death. That is what? That's Atma. That Atma, another visualization given here, is avakra chedasaka. Vakram means a lot of turning, a lot of distortions. Vakram. Avakram means this distortion. No such flirt. Chedasaka means consciousness, awareness. That which is eternally existing, that which is, I've got a clear mind, drida buddhi. You know, I just talked about the chitta shuddhi, right? Someone asked the question, oh, when we do all this Parayanam, I do all this Yagyam, I do Annadanam, I do everything. In the heart of heart, I have not done any papas. I am such a thing. But am I now liberated? Am I getting liberation? Am I getting this one? See, this question is also answered in this mantra. The answer is no, you don't. So what happened to all my purity of thought, purity of mind. This has given you an option to you in your consciousness, in your awareness. It gives you an option of being a Shrestha in the path of Shreyas. Or because of this punya, when you are see when you are giving donations, when you know like a water, when the water flows on the floor, it tries to go somewhere. Water always moves like a mind. If you put a finger there to block it, you know what it will do? It will go around the finger because its nature is to move. And wherever the whichever path is letting you move, the water will flow through this. What does it mean? It means in the context here, when you are doing punya karma, if you are giving money, for example, you earn money, you work. First of all, you take care of your family, and there is a residue there, which you must give it to good causes. When you give it away, you think you are losing it, right? No. Because when you give it away, it's like showing the flow of the currency in a path, which the currency likes it. So what does it do then? It knows now that you provide the pathway to go to the Jagat. So it will come. So when you give, donate, with a good mind, you will never be impoverished because it always comes to you. Don't ask me how. That is the nature of Dharma. So the Shuddha Chitti means not just your mind is pure like this, you still have a kalmisham. What is a kalmisham in the mind when I'm doing all these things? Because I think I do. I think I am the karta. I am the one organizing this yajnam. I am the one doing this seva to these people. I am a punyatma. I am a good person. I will respect everybody else. All these are good sayings, but it is who is doing. I. Who am I? I am different from you. So the Dvaita Bhavam is there. Sarvatmaka Bhavam is not there yet. So what happened? Your mind is not yet pavitram. So the liberation in the last mantra of the last Valli we saw, Shuddhodagam, Shuddhe, Asiktam. That means my pure mind, attain pure mind through all the Sheva, but I start seeing divinity in everything else. Sarvatma Bhavam is there. Then only you have the mukti possible. You see? So this is the import of this whole Valli. The second Valli given you 2 points. Pure mind is needed, Drada Buddhi is needed, Drada Buddhi, Atma-Jnanam is needed. Now here it elaborates that pure mind means Sarvatma Bhavam. What is your opinion? What is your upasana must be? He's going to say that. So how does it say this? In this mantra, the first line says, for the Atma, that is you, Ajasya Avakra Chedasaha. That means you got a Drada Buddhi, you have a very strong Shraddha. You have understood that Shastra, Guru Vakyam is the source for liberation. My mind is not, there's no, you do all this after sometimes somebody says, hey, you go to Vedanta class, all this thing you read. It's interesting, but here we do a yajna. It's a Saneshwara Homam. We do 15 avartis or whatever. It will solve your problem. Then your mind will go there. It may do. I'm not saying it is not. But it is like, when you have sunlight is in front of you, you're looking for a candlelight. When you are training to run a marathon, you're trying to chase a little rabbit. So this chalanam, drida buddhi is what you need. For that, you need to have some more vairagya. So what does this mantra say? It says, if you have that avakrachedasaha, then you realize you are endowed with puram egadasha dwaram. You are endowed with a city. Puram means city. City of ekadasha dwaram. Ekadash means 11. Dwaram means gate. I don't say dwaram is a hole, but dwaram is a gate, a thoroughfare to go in and out. So you are endowed with a gate of 11, city of 11 gates. Sorry. That means, who am I? I am the king of the city. What is the connection between the city and the king? The king has got the ruling over the city. That's it. It is not the city is made up of king, no. It has nothing to do with, there is no sangatvam, there is no attachment, but he is a ruler. He can do anything with the city. So he says, the body is ekadasha dwaram. Normally we say navadwaram. Now Bhagavan says, Gita, navadvarasya. I think what it means is navadvar. In the head you have 2 eyes, nostrils 4, ears 6, mouth 7 dwaras. Then your organs of excretion and the genital. So 9, navadvara. So things go out from those 9 dwaras. But there are 2 other dwaras which are normally sealed. Sealed means it was open before but sealed. Or one is a navel, other is it's called a Brahmarantram in the top of your head. As a child, this is where you start, and then the Nabi will become your input output for the mother's womb. Once you are delivered to this earth as a baby, they are completely sealed. But they are the gates. Those gates they're very special gates. So if you take all those 11, it is called a city. Why it's called a city? This is like a kalpana, like no, like a Radha we had. Body is like a chariot, senses are the horses, mind is a rein, buddhi is a driver, and Atma is the ajman. That's why Krishna is a buddhiman there. Krishna is like a Sarati, Parthasarathi. And Arjuna is the Atma, Jivatma. So you take that Bhabam to give it to him. So here it is Dwadasha Dwara Puri, the 11 gates of city. Now you know what the 11 gates are. And you want it. Because normally in a city, if you go to Paris, for example, or Bombay, any city you'll have the entrances. There's a main big gates there, like a fort. East, west, all the 8 directions, one, maybe something special gates. And then a lot of bylines will be there. A lot of dwellings will be there. A lot of transactions will happen in the city. All kinds of cosmopolitan living there. Rivers flow. So your body is a city. So you have body as a chariot. See, all these examples in the Vedanta are very apt. In fact, there's a rule, anybody who impart Vedantic knowledge should not invent any new examples because there's no need. The examples are apt to the point. So now you imagine, you think about your body as a city, and you are the city palaka. Dwara palaka is you. Of course, you have all the 11 dwaras, got dwara palakas. Palayam means saving. Yeah. Dwarapalaka is the one who's gatekeepers, When you go to the Vishnu's Garbhagriha, there are two Dwarapalakas, two gatekeepers. Now you got 11 Dwaras, and there are small holes are there. You need Dwarapalakas, there are a lot of Devatas in you. When you do Anganyasam, Karanayasam, you go through all the Devatas, you do. So it is an independent city, is running, nervous system, billions of cells running around, a lot of transaction happening, the river of flood flowing, the phlegm flowing, input output is happening. And so you are an emperor of this city. That means you have a responsibility to protect this city in a way. Now, the moment you look at it like this, that means you are saying, na iti, aham na iti. I am not this embodiment. I own this embodiment. First stage. Now, then, now our goal is to realize who the Atma is. If I am not this body, then what I should do? Anushtaya. Who should anushta? I should do anushtanam on this Atma, which owns this Puri. Say, you may say, look, this is obvious. I understand, logically I understand, but I always think I as a body. And why this, if this is the true, why I am not endowed with the knowledge from day one? It's because we are coming out of darkness. Avidya is the garbham. Avidya is ignorance, nescience, in which we are coming in. How do you define avidya? So Bhagavan used the same definition which Patanjali uses. Do you remember Patanjali Sutra we already studied? Anitya is saying Anitya Asuchi Dukkha Anatmasu. Nitya Suchi Sukha Atma Khyati Avidya. Sutras are very deep for eloquence, but also very simple to remember and understand. How beautifully Patanjali defined. What is avidya? Anitya. Anitya means impermanence, non-eternal, ephemeral, temporary, coming and going, changing, perishable. This is all anitya. That means everything we see is anitya. Asuchi. Suchi means saucham. It means cleanliness. Asuchi means ashuddham. Anything that is got blemish, and this asuchi. Dukkham, which gives you grief. Anatmasu, what is not the true self of yours. Okay, I understand. But if you look at all those four, and if you treat them as Nitya, Suchi, Sukham, Atma, iti. Whatever is temporary, you think it is permanent. Whatever is unclean, you think it's clean. Whatever is dukkham, you think it's a sukham. Whatever is anatma, you see it as an atma. That is avidya. So now you tell me, hey, I built this house. Wow, this is my house. I not live here forever. No. House won't be there forever. You won't be there forever. Oh, I am perfect. My mind is clean. I am. No. You still have the ahankaram, you assumption. Oh, this property I bought to give me happiness. This fame, the people are no, celebrating my work. They praise me. It's a sukam, right? Tomorrow, the same person who praised you sees in the train, he doesn't look at you. You get doubly wounded. If the guy hasn't praised you yesterday, at least you will ignore him. He talked about me so much. Today he's not even looking at me. My ego is hurt. Dukkha. All this wonderful thing I bought, things it lost. Dukkha. I had my children, they got married, they're going away. Dukkha. They don't care about me. Dukkha. Oh, I am decaying. My legs are hurting. My mind is worried. I have operations to do. I may not live for long. I'm in ICU. I have all this problem. Anatma to Atma. You think you have this problem. You don't have the problem because you are Nitya Shuddha Buddha Atma. You have questions in your mind when I say this to you. You can keep the questions, but keep this faith on it. Because the questions will reveal itself, the answers you will know. But if you don't have faith on it, you can't escape this agony of grief that you're going through, we're going through. We always have some unsatiable moments, you know. Small matters can trigger great issue. And the biggest one is abhiman. You know, even if you have dhanam, you have garvam. If dhanam is gone, and you start to plead somebody to give me food. Of course, it hurts you, but at least it's gone. But Vidya Garvam is permanently damaging because you create expectation. When I come there, people should stand up. They should smile at me. When I'm not around, they should praise me. They will not. So this abhimanam, all this is all anatma vastu. Dvaita feeling. No? What is this? This is avidya. So who is then Vidyarthi? We are all Vidyarthis, we are learn Vidya, but there's nobody who is crossed all these things unless he's a Jivan Mukta. The great philosopher comes and talks about great Vedantic import he does, and then when he's coming down, the car is not ready for him. He gets upset because you go to another program, it's not there, angry, disappointed. Vidya. So avidya is pervasive because we came from avidya. The avidya causes this thinking, this puri is not mine. So this is very important mantra. In Bhagavad Gita, there is one mantra, Sarva karmani manasa sanyas yastye sukam vasi navadware pure dehi naiva kurvanta karayat. Because Bhagavan says, nine gated one. That is, when the embodied living being, if he controls his nature and his mind and renounces all his actions, what happens to him? He lives happily in this city of nine gates or city of 11 gates. You can choose whatever. How? Neither working nor causing work to be done. Naiva kurvanta karayat. It's an amazing mantra. With the Upanishad, you'll understand it much better. So when you are able to really control your mind, why the control in the mind comes in? Mind is where avidya dances. Because mind is the instrument, manaseyeva. It's a sadhana. It is the only instrument you have in the form of buddhi and chittavritti. Chittavritti is chittam, where the thoughts comes and thoughts are stored into vasanas. Buddhi is part of the mind is discriminate this. So Vedanta tells you clean up this chittam, chitta shuddhi, clean, study the buddhi. So all little mind. You understand? Mind, chittam, buddhi. Together it's manas. Chittam is where the chitta vritti happens. Vrittis are stored, deposit of memories, knowledge, everything. Buddhi analyzes on it. So you have to clean up this part and study this part. Dhrada buddhi, chitta shuddhi. This is what you need. But this is whole thing is, so when I want to have this, say for example, oh, he is calling me to go to this place at 4 o'clock today. I had a 4 o'clock a puja to attend to. If it goes there, I can achieve all this influency. What do I do? The buddhi comes in, analyzes, and do that. And buddhi says, okay, I think I'll go to the puja. Now, when you come to the puja, puja has started, you're sitting there, but your mind is here. Had I been there, I would have won a deal. I would have known about the RFP or RFI, and I could put a bid next week. So, what happened to your buddhi? It is using the mind, it becomes weakened. It's no more a drad buddhi. It's not a steady mind, a steady buddhi. So, you must have both. So, here Bhagavan says, if you have this steady buddhi and a clear mind, then you will live in the city of 9 gates. How do you live? Happily ever after. What do I have to do? Nothing. You work nothing. You don't cause any work to happen. Right? That means, am I a dead person? Am I not going to move? Am I not going to fight Krishna? Don't you take the arrow and do it? Yeah, all that will happen. And you'll watch it happening inside you. It's a great insight. It is telling you that what it means is this is called a renunciation of duties. So karma sannyasam is this. Karma sannyasam is not give up the karma and go and wear a kashayam and living in the mountain and saying, I'm praying to God. Nothing will happen to you. Karma sannyasam is you do your karma as it is to be done, but detach from the doership of it. That I'm not doing it. I'm not, first you start with, I'm not doing it for this benefit or any benefit, then I'm not doing it. The sun gives the light, but sun does not give the act of giving. Sun is there, light is there. Tree gives the fruit. No, tree is there, fruit is there. Balaji gives knowledge. No, Balaji is there, knowledge is there. You see, that bhavam of non-doership, then why people put the name and all that initially? Okay, that's fine. You have to do it because you want to own up the responsibility of mistakes. That's okay. At some stage, you will even drop those things. I wrote this, I did this. You do that. If you do that to be a target to get comments back, criticism, that is fine. At some stage, you give up everything else. Now, that means you are a karma sannyasi. Then do you trigger the action, do that, do that? No, it will happen automatically. You just, what do? You are a film goer, you are watching the movie. Well, if I do that, would my life change? Yes, most definitely it will change. Would my prarabdha karma go away? No, it will not go away. Why? Because prarabdha karma means what you already accumulated as your debt repayment. Well, then what's the point of it? The prarabdha karma will make me sad. No, it won't make you sad because you are now dissociating with that. You're watching it. When you're watching it, the prarabdha karma will come to you, but like a cotton bud, and your flame of knowledge just burns it away. So it just withers and disappears. So you become pure. You become the emperor of this kingdom. So what does it mean then? It means you become, first of all, you have to do this. This is Anushtaya. Look at the second line. Anushtaya nashochati vimuktasya vimuttasya. What is Bhagavan says to Arjuna? If you want to live happily, this very battleground, you want to live happily, take a back seat, Arjuna. Let your Buddhi do what it's supposed to do. It will take the arrows, it will impassionately kill the adharma kartas, and it will perform its duty. You will not say, I slayed them, I killed them, I accumulated punya, papa. No, you have no right. You will be free. That's what he's saying. So, freedom means nashoshati. There is no grief in it. When there is no grief, that means you are um, liberated from that point. That's the purpose of this one. So the boards, every board is important. You see the Puri. The Puri is your city. You are the king, and you are Avakra Chedasaka. Avakra Chedasaka means what? You are the super soul of everything. Sarvendriya Gunabhasam Sarvendriya Vivarjitam Asaktam Sarva Prajnya Nurgunam Gunamas. Bhagavan says that again. So you are the emperor of the city. Then what you do? Anushtaya. Nashosati. What is mean Anushtana means? Anushtana means, what is your Anushtana if you ask me? Maybe I would say, I get up in the morning, brush my teeth, do some prayers, then I go to office, come back, I go for a walk, I go to the gym, do the gardening. Anushtana means what I do day after day as my duty of it. If you look anybody's Anushtana, if you look at them, and the word will be meaning to describe your routines. A Veda Pandit will say, I will do the Veda Dhyanam, I will do this. A priest will say, I will worship this God. Investment banker will say, I put my equity stakes into the supercomputer system, I gamble and make money for others. I do day and day after. And I go for a beer for in the evening, I do all that. So if you take everybody's Anushtan, Acharya will do, Madhadipati will do, give blessings to everybody else, do no, dharma karyas, uh, everything. All these Anushtanams are based on a drishyam, an object. Because every action I do is a kind of a, what do you call it, about an object. So if I am doing for an object, then that means it is something externally focused. Vashakara says like that differently. That yes, puraswajidam anustasya dhyatva. So here, anushtana means you change your focus to puraswaminam. Swami means one who owns it. Puraswaminam means one who owns a city of your embodiment. That means it is your Atma. You look at him, Dhyatva, you do meditation on him. Dhyanam hi asya anushtanam sarvam vijnana purvakam sarvaishana mukta. Not a verse in the Bhashya. What he says is very precise. Anushtana means nididhyasana dhyana. That's what it means. It means your daily duty should be bring the focus to who? Praswamin Anushta. Whoever is the Swami, that means your Atma, your internal self, contemplate on him. How? Not blindly. Sarvai Vijnana Purvakam. Analyze it through Yukti Pramanam, through Shastra Pramanam, through Guru Mukhe. Understand why I'm not the body mind complex. So I've gone through all the classes. I understand it now. Therefore, I will not focus on my shirt or my trousers or my sneakers or my body or my mind, but that which lights all this. How do I do that? Neti neti. So maybe I'll focus on a Rama idol, and then I slowly close the eyes, and then say um, Ramacharita or Ramarasam or something like that. Let's give a swastram. Then I reduce that to Ramanama Japam. And when I do the Ramanama Japam, the Rama, 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 just slowly it will take you to sleep, right? That's why in yoga you don't close your eyes, you half close the eyes. You look at your tip of the nose. Nothing no secret there. It means you don't. If you look at the tip of this nose, you will not fall asleep. So it will give you a posture, but it will not give you a lethargy. So then if you do, then you do that sound and then it goes, then still the thoughts will keep on coming. When you say Rama, 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 you think about the Venkatrama, your brother-in-law or somebody like that. But you will not go behind it because what you have learned, you become an observer. You are a watcher. You watch the mind. The mind will do the dance for some time, and then it says, nobody is watching me. It shuts down. It shuts down, but you are not sleeping. Therefore, you have the mindlessness of a deep sleep. It's called samadhi. You're not sleeping, but you are in a mindlessness state. What is mindlessness means? It's not a mind goes away. There's no vritti nirodham. Yoga chittavritti nirodhaka. Your mind becomes tranquil. And pray God, if the mind is pure already, then the tranquil mind will give you bliss. Of course, you can attain samadhi with a calmation in mind, like Ravana gets, Kumbhakarna gets, Asuras get. Bhakti Bija did 10,000 years of penance. No, the moment the God comes, you saw in Puranas all these stories, right? These guys go there and then do this tapas. And then God says, okay, you are doing tapas, I'll come and give you what you want. The moment he comes, what does he ask? May I live for 10,000 years or 15,000 years? Or invent something. Man cannot kill me, woman cannot kill me. Find a way to somehow live in this embodiment, purposely making them limited by this body. How stupidity? This is avidya. God says, okay, I can't make you deathless. Why God says I can't? God can do anything, right? Why has God never given anybody you'll be deathless? I can give you the boon, you will not die. Why is he not saying that? You have to think about it. God should give. He cannot put condition. No, 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 I can't give you that, but I'll give you this. That means you are incapable or you are not generous. Karunya Sagaram, right? You have to give everything else. It's because God cannot lie. It's Satyam. Because you cannot, there is no death for you. How can I give you that is not there for you? Because you are immortal. You are me. You are Parabrahman. You are in the end case in the Jiva Bhavam. So that is why this Anushtanam has to be towards that kind of a mental uh, stillness, seeing everything. The famous Gita slogan. Samam sarveshu bhudeshu tishtandam parameshwaram vinasyasva vinaschantam ya pasyati sa pasyati. Beautiful mantra. 13th chapter, I think. Samam sarveshu bhudeshu tishtandam parameshwaram. One who sees the super Atma or Atma accompanying the individual soul in all bodies, the Paramatma. Who understand this? How does he understand? Vinasyasvam vinaschantam. That is, it is neither destroyed, even though it is living in the destroyable body. Ya pasyati, sa pasyati. Whoever see like this sees that. He is a seer. What does he see? He sees the supreme soul. Soul is not a right word, is Atma. He sees the Atma in the destructible body as non-destructible. See, the whole Kathopanishad is to give you abhayam, to be free from the fear of death. Because the fear of death comes in different forms. It comes a fear of security. The death next is security. Security is a physical security, mental security, emotional security. For the security, to protect, you have desires. So I need to have insurance, will, money, investment, relationship, friends. And then when you have bandham. The bandham comes in, then the transaction gives you dukkham. So you can see all this triggered by bhayam. So when Bhagavan says you have no death because you are deathless, and the death captures the body, even then I told you, body also doesn't die. Death means um, eradication or annihilation or removal. If you think that's the definition of death, think what about the body? The body goes into the Prithvi part goes to Prithvi part, the Agni part goes to Agni, the water part goes to water, the prana goes to the air, Akasha remains Akasham. So they all going to a different place. So if I am in this train and I go to another bus, I'm not dead from the train. No, I move to the different place. So it is a transportation of the energy space to where they belong after change. How can you call it a death? When I take a sugar and make the sugar kesari, has sugar died? Sugar is not there anymore. You don't say, oh, today I killed sugar. No, sugar has gone a different shape. So the body goes a different shape. The mind will take a different shape. The buddhi will take a different shape. But I, the Chaitanyam, which illumines all these things, this Puri does not go. So vimuktasya. So what happened therefore? Therefore, I can be free. So what is free means? Vimuktasya. Vimukti means liberated. Yasya smarana matrena janma samsara bandhanat vimuchyate namastasmai Vishnuve Paravishnuve. You know Vishnu Sahasranam. There what it says, Yasya Smarana Matrena. If you can, Yasya Smarana Matrena. Whoever just listen to Bhagavan's name, what do you get? Janma Samsara Bandhanat Vichyate. Janma Samsara Bandhan. Janma means, what Janma means? Mrityu. Janma means birth, but birth means death. So death means birth. So Janma means birth and death. So why can't you just say Janma Bandhanat? No. Janma alone is not Bandhan. Janma Samsara Bandhanat. Then why can't you just say Samsara Bandhanat? Samsara will come only because of Janma. So what is Samsaram? Samsara means grief. Janma means taking birth. Mrityu means giving away the body. Samsara means dukkham. So when you have dukkham because of being born and being died in this part, because you have a bandham is attachment. The bandham comes because of what? Avidya. What does avidya say? Oh, my brother-in-law, my father, my child, my friend, my body. That is attachment. But can I not use those words? Of course you can use the words. If I don't use the word, I cannot say go to an interview and say who am I? I can say Parabrahmam. I cannot say. They will sack me. I may say I am Raja. I am come for the interview. Give me a job. I have no problem with that because this is the transactional part I do. But when I do that, I am very aware that this enactment is for the Jiva Bhavam, actor. Like Shakespeare says, life is a drama. Act out. So when I do that, vimuktasya muchyate. You can spend a lot of time on this phrase. Vimuktasya means he's liberated. Vimuchyate, he's liberated again. Why should I get liberated? This is a product of dosham or what? No. Vimuktasya means I'm liberated. Vimuchyate means liberated. So one way of you can say is I become a Jivan Mukta. What does Jivan Mukta means? I realized my thing. I gone through Chitta Shuddhi, Drada Buddhi, Nididhyasnam, Nishtha. Now I understand. I realize my mission on life is to do the Anushthanam and do. I am perfectly fine. I see everybody equal. I see the differences to a plurality. I respect the differences in this world, but I see the Paramatma and everything else. So I am a free soul. There are many, many Mahatmas like this. We don't even know them. They are there around us. So he's a Jivan Mukta. He is not worried about the death. Will the Jivan Mukta have cold? Can he catch COVID? Yes, he can do all this. But the cold comes to the body. So all that he will be as an ordinary mortal amongst us, but he is free internally. He is free. He is completely liberated. That is Jivan Mukta. Okay, I got that one. Janma samsara bandhanat vimuktasya vimuktaha. Then when the Jivan Mukta dies, when his body is disembodied. When he disembodied, what happened to him? If it's a normal person, the jiva, chidabhasam, the mind, vasana complex, subtle body, will travel around, propelled by its desires, the asa vasam, and then find an appropriate embodiment. Thank God, possibly a human being embodiment, or maybe a Gandharva embodiment, or a tree, we don't know. And then the life started. But if it's Jivan Mukta, when he liberates, there is no role for Yama to come or Devaduvas to come, nothing like that. Like the Gadakasham, when a pot breaks, the the space inside the pot, where does it go? It doesn't go anywhere. It stays there because it never came. This is why Ajasya, the space inside the pot has not come from anywhere else. It's not created. What was created? The pot was created. The body was created. The fetus in the womb, the body is created. The Angushta, Hridayakasham is always there as Mahakasham, Chiddakasham. So in this all-pervading Atma space, a pot was made, my body, a puri, and then the space inside has got little light anubhati from the space light, Akasha. Then it started animating itself, thinking it is all that. See? So when a Jivan Mukta body is decayed, he disembodies himself in this world. He is like a Gadakasham, space in the pot, one with the Maha Akash, the space. This is the Chitambara Ragasya. That means the Videha Mukti, it's called. Giving up the body is a process. It is not a Krama Mukti, There is the Dvaita school talk about the Krama Mukti, right? Sarubhyam, Salokyam, like Sayujyam. As if you are progressing, or you go to the world of God. See, I'm not criticizing them for they are good for certain motivation for you to progress. But if I had to go to another world of God, that means God is not in this world. So was I living in a different world where there is no God? No. Samibhyam. I go near the God. So there is a distance between me and God. But Amutra, we saw that in the Kathopanishad. There is not there and here. So where is Samibhyam? Sarubhyam. I will get a Rupam like God. Rupam for the God. If he's got a Rupam, that means he's got a length, weight, height, boundaries are there. If his boundary is bounded, if he's bounded, he'll die. The body will dissolve. Like Krishna is gone, Krishna's body is gone. But that is, we must learn. We have to have a different interpretation for all those things. So you are not going anywhere. Your avidya drops. If between you and me, you are sitting there in the chair, I'm sitting here on a chair, we are on a carpet. I'm not moving towards you. Neither you are moving towards me. But somebody pulls the carpet beneath. What happens? You come close to me. I didn't move, you didn't move. What happened? This carpet of darkness, the avidya, is removed. So avidya nasham happened. Atma, Atma Bhavati. So this is how you must understand all this. Sorry, but the Krama Mukti is taken literally as a Krama Mukti, as if you have a promotion, you go and all that. No, no, no. It just like that you get it. That is why it's called it. So we'll dwell on this phrase some more time. And then we take. I think this we can run through this chapter quite easily. There are 15 mantras. First, I thought each class take 5 mantras, but I only took one today. But we'll try and find out. But they are very interesting because it reinforces our understanding of this upasana. Okay. Om Sakana Bhavatu.
Om Sahanavatu
Sakana Bhunaktu.
Sahanau Bhunaktu
Sakaviryan Karavavahai.
Mahavir Karvavahai
Tejasvinamadidastu.
Tejasvinamatidastu
Mavidvishavahai.
Mavidvishavahai
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om
Om
Shanti
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 Shanti.
Shanti
Hari Om Tat Sate.
Om
That's it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No problem.